Hawk tomorrow morning.
I remember to lock it in.
Come on. You locked it in, Dan. Have you done it, Dan?
Oh yeah.
Copy that. Close that. Close that. Close that.
Brennan's gonna fuck it up tonight. I know he is. Not Bren. I mean Dean.
100%.
Ho ho ho. There is weather warnings. But in the evening.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they just don't come forward any.
Oh. Race 2 is looking like the weather's coming in.
Oh, don't say that.
24% currently.
Great. Right. Here we go.
Yeah, we go.
Good afternoon and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport here for rounds 13 and 14 of the Pro-Am GT3 Championship. I am your host, Matthew Duffin, joined once again in the commentary box, as always, by my partner in crime, Dan Davis. Dan, how the devil are we?
A little bit disheartened from last night, but other than that, I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
Very good, especially after last night's stream. Very good to see Fury win a second championship here at SimPlay Motorsport. And once again, commiserations to Jay and to Cobb, who couldn't just get over the line to win the championship in that one then. But we are here for the Pro-Am. We are here for GT3s, and we're at a very classical circuit, Dan. The Silverstone, the old layout from, I do believe, the late 60s, early 70s it was. And what a beautiful track to be at. Gorgeous weather and a nice challenge for these drivers.
Yeah, definitely very gorgeous weather at this precise stage for the Pro-Am boys. But Pro, ooh, I was seeing a quick look at the weather forecast. There's weather looking around. Whether it comes in or not, that's another question. But let's be honest, Matt, let's not call it Silverstone. Let's call it Thruxton. That's what it seems to be more like, as we've raced it already this season here at this amazing circuit with the touring cars, and I would say the touring cars are amazing for this circuit. Very well adapted to this track, but the GT3s is on a different level. Very fast track for these cars, and the car I'm looking at now, the Mercedes-Benz, should be the favourite tonight.
You'd imagine it would be the favourite tonight. It is going to be a very interesting car choice that these drivers have picked tonight. Then it is going to be an interesting one to see who can do what. 4 Mercedes drivers out there in Holty, Lucas Roth, Dean Wysocki and JM Grill out there. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. You feel tonight, though, Dan, that the Ginettas have a slight disadvantage?
Well, this is the thing. I was going to say, actually, like, even though it's a power circuit, at the same time, you still need very good downforce because they're not slow corners. If we were talking about Monza here, then I would say they definitely would be in trouble. But because this track is pretty much fast everywhere, bar the chicane, their downforce can still keep them in it with the corners alone, as long as they stay in the slipstream. So if you've got a well-adapted car to downforce, I mean, we did a quick test session just before we came on, and you're running low downforce. I ran high downforce in the Porsche 911, and we matched near enough one another. So it's definitely, if you got the right setup for a high downforce car, you can be quick here.
You can be quick here, indeed, but what the drivers have got to do, though, is face that tasks of the tricky high-speed corners. And this part in particular, Dan, but the most technical section of the track, the chicane, which could bring into some interesting places. If you outbrake yourself, there is a few tyre walls that can give the car a hefty damage as well. Another thing, though, I hope the drivers have practiced is the pit entry. Very tricky pit entry. It kind of has its own chicane coming on the entry into the pit lane.
Yeah, definitely so. To be honest, I totally forgot about the pit entry. Obviously, with the touring cars, unless you had damage, you didn't really necessarily need to go into the pits. But yeah, the pits here are horrid, absolutely horrid. And if you're not paying attention, you can make a mistake and get it very, very wrong.
Indeed, you can. Then, as we go into tonight, we always say about the Mercedes AMGs need 2 race wins to get to 50 race wins in total here at SimPlay Motorsport for the Pro-Am. It got its 50th pole last time out at Spa, but 2 wins tonight for the Mercedes, and you feel that that would be enough to give it its 50th race win. As you can see, JM Grill on the back of Bryn has a bit of a slide. And the championship, Dan, is still hotting up, but it's becoming a bit more of a 4-way fight now. Little Each leads Bryn by 30 points. Ugbar's 4 then behind Bryn, and JM Grill is 9 off the back of Bryn as well, 25 off the back of Ugbar. So 39 points separate the top 4 at the minute. And really, Little Each in recent weeks hasn't had his best performances, as we saw earlier in the season. So he's kind of got to bring his A game.
Yeah, definitely has got to step up his A game for sure. The likes of Bryn, who's just having a consistent season. I know he's been struggling with the Audi here, as you can see there, just messing up the final chicane. He needs to have, Little Each needs to kind of find his mojo once again. He needs to find what he had in Pro with his brother and trying to get beyond the Audi here and really try and grab it by the scruff of the neck and push it as high as he can, which he's doing right now as he's coming to the final chicane. But I'd still keep an eye out for Lucas Roth currently coming out of the pits. We're only gone past halfway, and we're coming to circuits where the Mercedes will dominate for sure. As Little Each has made a mistake and has ended up in the tyre walls. For example, circuits that this car, the Mercedes, will be strong at. 1 is here, Daytona is another one, and 2 will be Monza. So there's 3 circuits there where this Mercedes can crawl the points back. So with Geeks trying to get back on his A game, he's definitely a man to keep an eye on in the championship.
He is indeed, and Lucas Roth is only 54 points off the championship lead at the moment. Dean Wysocki went up to P6 after his podium last week. He's 68 off the championship lead, with Welshie behind him, 75 off. Max Mulder, you might be wondering where he is. He's been moved into the Pro League. The admins have decided that he is too quick for the Pro-Am and will be put into the Pro. Seeing as we've lost Andy and Disco, he will be put straight into this. We hope to see him out on track tomorrow night. So Holty will then be P8 in the championship, 78 off the lead. Who's had to get himself a new PS4 to get back to his onto the game, because his PS4 just died on him last week. Smithy in P9 with Stovesloff 11th. DJ Phil is P12 with that Bozzy Boy 13th. And Shane bringing up the rear, who we said last week, talked about his consistency last week. And we've got Leon Fernie back out there on the track tonight, so we hope to see him score. 2 drivers not yet in, though, is DJ Phil and Stovesloff, so we hope they both get in.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see how Leon Fernie gets on a bit of time away. But hopefully he should be able to get on and get back to his normal ways. But currently, while she's coming across the line now in the Lamborghini, and still not setting a lap time here yet, but well, she had a good night's worth of racing and not kill last night.
He did. Very good night for Welshie out there as Ugbar comes across. He goes a little quicker as well, and you can see Lucas Roth and Dean already, and Holty and JM Grill, the top 4 cars. The best of the rest, kind of, is at the minute Shane, which is a little surprising that he's quicker than Ugbar and Little Each, but just showing how much he's coming on leaps and bounds. Welshie and Leon Fernie yet set time. We've actually 5 Mercedes because Leon's in his Mercedes, so can he get any points on the board this time around? Dan, 22 laps of this track tonight. It is a fast-flowing circuit, and we call it Thruxton because it looked pretty much identical to the Thruxton layout that we have in the real world. Thruxton's your home circuit, if you will, your closest circuit. What's the most challenging part of this track in particular that the drivers have got to watch out for tonight?
Well, there are many different types of things, especially at this circuit, that the drivers need to get out for. For example, Holty went through turn 1. Is that inside curve? You do not want to touch it. It's much higher than anything else here. So that inside curve is lethal. And I think, if anything, it's not trying to push too hard around here.
Yeah.
It's the key thing, I think. It's missing your braking points and just misjudging corners, trying to carry too much speed when really you just need to take your time. You need to ease the car into a happy zone. And I think the other thing is being patient. It's a long race, 22 laps around here. And I think slipstream is going to be key. Drafting is going to be very, very key here. And especially for the likes of the Ginettas, they can't risk not getting involved in incidences. They have to take their time and they have to work through the field bit by bit. But I honestly think if your car is happy and stable, then you've got a good chance of scoring well. But I think it's going to be very difficult not to see a Mercedes at the top step.
It is indeed then, as so far 10 drivers have sat lap. Like I say, we're all awaiting Stealth Sloth. We are also awaiting DJ Phil. I did think text me in the week and says he might be running a little late tonight. He's got other bits to do early on. So Silverstone Classic round 13-14. The championship is, as we've just said, the Constructors' Championship looks like this as DJ Phil gets in now. Pick a Mix Motorsport, 47 clear of Teletubby Motorsport, and you really feel, as a Stealth Sloths, that's brilliant to see. Teletubby Motorsport, 47 behind, so that really is a chance for Teletubby Motorsport tonight to pull that gap closer to Pick a Mix. Terminal Velocity Racing are 54 behind, so what can they do? MC Motorsport, 187 behind. My Mate Racing are on 189, sorry, they're ahead of MC Motorsport, apologies, that's not gone right. Super Crash Bros on 182, and getting quicker, My Mate on 113. Dean will be hoping that Leon Fernie can score some points tonight. And we've not mentioned the Lamborghini, Dan. It's a very quick car. What can that do around here tonight? Because obviously it's not got the grunt of the Mercedes-Benz, but it's a very fast car in itself. So what can it do?
It is definitely a very fast car. I just think the bumps here for the Lamborghini is really going to struggle. It's going to possibly bottom out as well as she goes back into the pit. But if you can get a decent ride on it, then I'm pretty sure it should be good. It's quite a stiff car. Obviously, most of the guys who enjoy the practice sessions, I've been running a Lamborghini most of the season, and I have recently found that it's very stiff and very, as you see, one of the Audis there of Smithy just spinning it there, turn 2, sorry. But as Uqbar does the same thing. But the Lamborghini, with no front downforce on it, it's very...
Oh! Whoa! Smithy there.
I'm not sure what was happening there.
I'm just going to watch the stream back a minute. Yeah, carry on about the Lamborghini, Dan. I'm just going to watch the stream back.
Well, with the no front downforce of the Lamborghini, it's very fast in a straight line because it has no front downforce. But it is very, very loose. And I think it could be strong here if, she finds a good setup. Fast corners, it might struggle in the chicane, which there is a car off in the final chicane. I'm not sure who. That's JM Pros at the moment. So
little naughty from...
seems to be struggling here.
Yeah, they do a little bit. Little naughty from Smithy. They look like he just turned across Dean Wasocki's nose there then. So Dean's pitted. He's come back out. It doesn't look like his... it looks like his car's absolutely battered and bruised, but he's been in the pits and out, so that will just be a visual effect. He will not be feeling any damage of that. And big opportunity for Dean tonight, Dan. 68 off the back of the front... the leaders in the championship. He's half that deficit off to Uqbar. Got a chance tonight, though, to score some points and sort of put himself in a promotion race.
Well, this is the man who chose the circuit.
Yeah.
This is the circuit that he wanted, and he knows it better than anybody else, and he's been adamant to race here. And we are going to be racing here, and DJ Phil is just looking like I think he was about to come out on track, but obviously not.
And what did he say last week in an interview? History will repeat itself.
Well, I wasn't a part of that history, but I'm pretty sure most people will know what Dean is on about. Obviously, won a few rounds here in another league, and he thinks that he'll be able to be the man. He'll be the man to try to beat tonight.
I love the confidence, though, Dan. I think it's a great attitude to go in and have. He's got to back up his words, though. We saw from Overtaker last week, from the week before, I could do 2:16s and fell way short of that margin. So Dean's kind of got to back up his words like the Overtaker had to do, and I'm sure we'll be keeping a close eye on that as Leon Fernie gets back in. Stealth Sloths out on track as DJ Phil is still in the pits as well. So all just getting going. There is a car stopped just after Sector 1. That's halfway down what is the Hangar Straight. And that is Smithy. So what has happened there? Has he got moving since his incident with Dean a little earlier?
He's got fuel by the looks of things. I think something's not right about that. Maybe it's his steering wheel or something. Possibly, or pad, whatever's gone wrong. That's not moving at all. So Smithy with issues there by the looks of things. But yeah, Dean... The good thing about coming to a circuit you know and you picked is confidence is strong. I know that for a fact. When I picked Oschersleben a few seasons ago in the Porsche, you just know it's your circuit. You know,
yeah.
This is where you have picked. Bathurst as well was another circuit that I picked. You know, Matt, I think it's a couple of seasons you probably picked Donington. You would know that would be your circuit. You know, and I think the same here for Dean. He knows his circuit well enough now. He should be able to perform to the level that he should be able to reach. And there's only one man who can stop him.
And that's
himself.
Yeah, that is himself, rightly said. Lucas Roth, then, the man who has gone. Where is it? The man who has gone. Can't find his username here. There he is.
Like 134 races.
73 races without a victory. 8/10 quicker than Dean at the minute. So looks like he might be favourite to break that duck, as Ukbar's gone up to 5th ahead of Shane. Shane having a good session himself, but this man didn't do so well at the Scottish, his home track last night. He's obviously driven down south to come down to Silverstone, and he's taking on tonight. But this could be one of his best chances, one of 6 best chances for him to win a race this season.
Definitely so, but he's also said that he doesn't want to win a race. He wants to match that record of what was it?
190 of Sergio Perez.
Sergio Perez, but the man who is fastest at the minute, Lucas Roth. Let's take a lap of him around this very retro circuit as we head to turn 1, avoiding that inside curve, and you want to hit the apex slap bang in the centre and try and get a great run through here. Not really much to say here, as obviously there's a quick left-hand kink. Very easy to get caught out of another car. It's very slow. So we then head into... Oh, he's get disconnected.
Yeah, we've lost him. So we have...